Hi everyone, Carol Ann here. As requested, I'm going to do how I make my boxes for my cards, like this. On the Crafty Army with Carly, I did a tutorial on how to make a framed card, like this, using the lovely iMarla Summer Story stamp. This is the stamp where you get 2 sentiments, you get the fabulous lighthouse and the 3 girls sunbathing. And as you can see, it is a lovely, lovely big stamp. And I've used that on the lid of my box as well. I do like to dress the lids as well. So let's get started about making the box for it. My framed card is an 8" by 8". So I'm using an A3 piece of card to measure out, and I use 300 GSM, which I think you really do need for your boxes, so they're quite sturdy. Now you're going to measure whatever height you want your box, and for me I want 1.5 inch minimum. So along the top, let's make sure that you're in frame here. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to measure, let's take you over a little bit, 1.5 inch, and then the box is 8 inch, so I'm going to go over 8 inch to 8 2/16. Just want it a little bit bigger, and again 1.5 inch. I'm going to turn it down the side, one and a half, 8 2/16, and 1.5. So now I'm going to go along the bottom and just make sure that I'm on the line there. Make sure you can see that, what I'm doing. To be, because it's a big piece of card, this. 1.5, 8 2/16, and 1.5. And then I'm going to draw the line down to meet the other one from the end measurement there. Down there. And across. And then I'm going to cut that. Now, making your own boxes isn't perfect. It's not like the machine ones that are done. So, you know, don't beat yourself up if it's not perfect. It really is just a protection box to protect your card. So don't worry about that. There we are. We have our box. And now I'm going to score it. Just make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Trying to get you up as high as I can because you know, it is a large piece of card. So I have marked where it's 1.5 inch, and I'm scoring on that. Same all the way around on the 1.5 inch. My framed card is 1 inch deep, so obviously you need that bit extra. Let's make sure that's lined up okay. So let's do that on the 1.5. Okay. Now we're going to cut these edges. So you're going to cut up that way to that square there, if you can see that. So you're just going to cut up one side and just slightly cut a bit off, just to miter it just a fraction, and on the edge. So can you see that, how you've got that mitered edge? Turn it all the way around and do that side. Again, just cut a little bit off. And miter the edge again. It just helps it to sit nicely. And again, following the line, cut in there. Just put a small divot in there. And miter the edge. Turn it right the way around so you're matching your line. See, divot. And miter your corner. Now, using a bone folder or anything you've got that can help sharpen the edges of your folds, you need to fold it over like that. Give it a good hard push to burnish the edges. Like that. And you can see your box coming together now. And those will turn in and push up, so we're going to glue those. So you're going to glue your tabs like this. Like that. And just hold for a minute. Make sure that that the glue's got a hold. Push your tabs in again. Glue them on this side and this side. It doesn't take long, does it? And that side. And just make sure that glue's holding. Then you can test your card that's going in to make sure it fits in nicely. Nice and snug. You don't want it to waddling around. You want it nice and tight like that. So that's your card inside, okay? See that? So that's fitting nicely. Now we're going to do the lid. So again, another piece of your A3 card. You just Google A3. I think mine's is it Cardcraft? Just have a look. I use mine's Craft UK Limited card, and it is a very good card. And you can get this from different places. So just Google it, Craft UK A3 300 GSM card. So for the lid, we've got to go bigger. So Your lid doesn't need to be as deep, so you're just going to go 1 inch. That's going to be the height of it. And then you want to go 8 3/16, and then 1 inch. Same down the side. 1 inch. One, 2, 3. That's 8 3/16, and then from that 1 inch. Again along the bottom. One inch. Eight and 1, 2, 3/16, and 1 inch. And again, draw your line to make this, so that you know where you're cutting. And along the bottom, let them all match up. And then cut. So when you're doing your measurements, always the 1.5 inch, and then whatever the width of your card that you're making, that plus 2/16, and your lid again 1 inch, whatever the measurement of your card, plus 3/16, because obviously your lid needs to be a little bit bigger. Okay, so now we need to score on the 1 inch all around. Oops, I've not got that straight, have I? If you're using a scoring thing like this, make sure it's well buffed up to the top so that you're getting the exact line that it needs. If you sort of go out a little bit, it'll put your line out like I just did. So I'm trying to do this as quick as I can, then it's not a long demo. So again, like before, you're going to cut up that first one, you can see that, and then you're just going to put that little divot in there, and you're going to mitre the corner. Right around again, matching side, little divot out, and mitre the corner. So always your lines are facing each other like that. Otherwise they'll be awkward when you're gluing them in. Okay, and we need to burnish those edges now. Just use something you can use to, if you haven't got a bone folder. Although if you are a crafter, it's always worth getting a bone folder. You can get them at Hobbycraft or any good craft shops. Okay, so that now needs to be glued in like that. Glue on those edges. Make sure that's that's lined up. That's that. Glue this side. And there's your lid. Now, before you do all that, before you bend your ends in, that's where you can stamp your lid, and that should fit on nicely like that. And this is where you can dress your lid up and do it exactly as you want. Do, you know, anything you want on, you dress your lid up, but do that before you glue up your edges there, like that, like I've done with that one. I've stamped it before I glued it, and then and that fits on just nice like that. And that's it. And there we have it. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.